This is my ideal cook kit, and the best thing is it costs less than $50. We're going to start off looking at the Ole Camp 1 liter cook pot. And this thing has some big rubberized handles and a nice rubber lid that fits really snug. So it keeps everything packed in there. It comfortably boils 1 liter of water, but it actually holds about 1.2 to the brim. And it's aluminum and only weighs about 158 grams, which is awesome. I've had this thing for about a year now. Never had any issues with it. I was a little apprehensive about the rubber lid melting, but hasn't given me any problems. All right, for the stove, we have the BRS 3000T. This thing is really great. It does its job, and it does its job well. Folds down really compact, and the best thing is it only weighs 26 grams. And for the utensil, I like to use this long-handled, no-name titanium spoon. It's pretty useful, and it only weighs 18 grams. So because the pot is big enough, you can fit the big 220-gram fuel canisters, which is really great. And me personally, I like to have a little bit of aluminum foil on the bottom, just because this isn't stainless steel, and after you're done cooking in your pot, you could leave a little moisture or whatever, and it will start to rust, and it'll cake the bottom of your pot with rust. So I like to have the aluminum foil right there, and the aluminum foil can be used for other things on the trip as well. It's just a nice multifunctional item. And then everything fits together just like so. And then I have some spices, and then my lighter, and this goes on there. And with that snug down, you're not worried about it falling out, which is super convenient. And then the spoon goes in the poop kit. But something kind of unrelated, but if you ever want to know how much fuel you have left in a canister, what you can do is you can get the new canister, and it should say on the outside the net quantity, and that this says 220 grams. So you can put that in on a calculator, and then you can go ahead and weigh it. So this weighs 363, so you can subtract, 220, subtract 363. And so that lets us know that the canister itself, the metal part, weighs 143 grams. So what you can do with your used canisters, you can go ahead and put it on. So this weighs 287. So you can subtract 287. You can take away 143, and that tells you that out of 220, this has 144 grams of fuel left, and so you can just divide by 220, and that tells us that this has 65% of its fuel remaining, which is just something I like to do before I go on trips. But the coolest thing is, the spoon was $5, the pot is $22, the fuel is $6, the stove $17, and I'm not 100% on these two items, but we'll say $2 a piece, and all in all, that's around $55, $54. I think that's pretty great. And if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, I think that's awesome, and I hope you have a blessed day.